Good morning and welcome back to Chaos Farm. We are here today. We've got a couple of new friends to introduce you to, and we're currently out with sheep, and hopefully the weather is going to be nice and stay dry with us, hopefully. But you might be able to see it coming over the sea anyway when it does start to come in. So we're just going to kind of walk around the sheep and just introduce the sheep, and obviously my two friends either side. So I'm going to hand straight over to these guys so they can actually introduce themselves rather than me just calling them friends. So, who are you?
I'm Merle. I'm 18 years old and I'm from Germany, and I'm one of the 4 European Solidarity Corps volunteers this year.
Yes.
I'm Iris. I'm 19 and I come from Italy, and I'm part of the 4 volunteers too. And that's me.
So that's kind of the awkward bit over now. Now you know them, they're your friends as well. So obviously we know Arlo. This is our one boy that we've got. And I'm going to put you guys on the spot. So these guys have been with us for a little while now. Obviously not yet introduced to camera now, first day today. So I'm going to put you on the spot and get you to name each of the sheepies.
Oh,
All right.
So
this one's easy. This is Arlo.
Of course.
Indeedy. He likes a nice itch on his bum.
And that one is Splodge.
Let's walk over this way a little bit, and we can hopefully just steadily go over and see them all before they run away. Hey girls! Sheepies!
Come on.
And as always, they always pee on camera, so there's a sheep peeing.
Hello, this is Ellie, isn't it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
No.
I think the sheep have got camera shy today.
Yeah.
So it might be, unless you're going to come over, you're going to come over, sheepies?
Come on. Yeah, that one is Splodge.
So Splodge and Ellie are sisters.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They look alike.
Yeah, they look a little bit alike.
Yeah.
And then what about the white one in the middle, the white face?
Bessie.
10 out of 10 so far. And then the one that's coming over to you, Iris.
This is Martha.
Martha.
Martha likes to be scratched on the chest.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Martha's really affectionate. She doesn't normally be that affectionate.
Because we've been told where to scratch her, so now we know how to unlock her. Yes. And the last one there is Libby.
It is Libby. Libby's got lots of looks like fern or bracken in her fleece, so we might need to try and get that one out in a minute. But rather than having me running around on camera trying to chase a sheep, we'll just do that afterwards. So guys, can you just, obviously I know we've been chatting a bit off camera, but what's kind of your favourite part of being here in Cornwall? Do you have a favourite part, or?
Well, for me it is probably working on the farm. So I'm one of the volunteers that is farm-based, so I spend a lot of time on the farm and I really enjoy it because I can learn so many things about sheep and horses and horticulture and gardening and plants. It's really nice. And everything in a very easy, relaxed way and very close to practice, which I really enjoy.
Cool. And what about you, Iris?
I think I really like working on the farm too, and I think it's very important even having the little things, like being in such a wonderful environment helps, and working with the animals and doing very practical things, it's really helpful. Yeah.
And we're on such a beautiful location. The sea right next to us.
I know,
It's beautiful. I'm not used to being so close to the sea, and I really like it.
So what do you think you've learnt the most from being here so far? I know it's quite a short time so far, isn't it? Nearly 3 months, but do you think there's one thing that stands out that you've learned, or do you think you're still just picking up on all sorts of everything?
I think what I learned is that plants can change very quickly, mostly according to the weather. So how often have we changed the sheep, brought them back in, brought them back out, fixed the fence and everything, because farm life depends on the weather. And I knew that, but I never really experienced it in practice, so
didn't appreciate it.
Oh, it's fine. It's interesting to see how it works on the farm. Being a city girl, I have never been so close to farm life and animals and plants, so it's really good.
So what brought you to the farm then? Because obviously the farm is quite a lot different than being in the city. I
think it's just this, when I looked at this project, there were so many opportunities within this big opportunity. Like one time I'm on the farm and learning stuff about plants and gardening and vegetables and sheep. And the other day we're in Truro and preparing the food bags for homeless people or people in need. And it's really a nice variety, and it's cool that we get an insight into every little aspect of chaos. So it's not only farm life, and it's not only, let's say, social work or food larders, but it's little bits along the way from everything. That's what I really like.
Okay. And how about you, Iris? What was your what drew you to this project?
Well, I wasn't planning on having a gap here. I just finished my high school, and I was planning to go to university, but actually the closer September came, the less I realized I don't know, this is not happening for me.
Yeah.
And then one morning I received this PDF presenting the project. And like after the first time I read it, I already decided, okay, I'm going to go here. And I tried, and I'm here now. So I'm very happy with it. Yeah, because it was absolutely not planned.
Okay.
And yeah, now to think about flexibility.
Sometimes the best things aren't planned though, are they? They just kind of happen.
Exactly.
So what would you say kind of brought you here then? Was it just literally that PDF plopping in your email and...
Well, I think even the fact that the PDF had the word Cornwall in it, I was like, oh, interesting. So yeah, I really liked the fact that the prospect of working in a farm and in this environment, and the social working added to that. So yeah, it was in general all the features about what chaos does in general, all the values that chaos wants to bring forward.
Yeah.
And I was really interested in all of that. So that plus being in Cornwall, it was like the perfect match. So yeah.
And dare I ask, is there something that you guys have thought, oh, I really, really don't like this?
Well, for me it would be the visa process, but that's something that it's no one's fault. It's just, we were supposed to arrive here in September last year, and I think I did arrive in mid-December, and it was just a very tiring period when I just no one knew how long it took and what exactly we were waiting for.
Yeah. So because of Brexit, all the visas were completely different. So it had a knock-on effect. So rather than actually us being able to get them here for kind of end of August, beginning of September, it was actually December and January. So I think we would share that kind of experience, that it was what it was, but it was definitely not what we wanted. So this time around, we're going to be preparing well in advance. And hopefully now we've all been through the process, we can be a little bit wiser as to kind of how it works, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would definitely agree with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
now we're here, so that's good.
It's worth it.
That's the worst, I think.
Yeah.
That up until now, it's been very, very tiring. And at the beginning, I was very flexible about it. I was like, yeah, I'll wait. But then I had to wait more and more.
And all our friends started doing stuff, and they had their exams in university, and they had their internships and stuff going on. And we're like, yeah, we're still
just waiting. Yeah.
But now
we're here,
really
so
good.
it's been rewarded.
Yeah.
So I thought you were going to be saying something about the weather, because the weather has been that bad recently. I just thought the weather's got to come in there somewhere.
Well, there are very rainy, wet days, but they're also very good sunny days, and I like that it's changing actually.
Yeah.
I like that it's you get a bit of wet, fresh air every time, but also sunshine. So
Summer's best.
I'm good with it.
Summer's definitely best. So as we've kind of been talking, I know that you've had Splodge and Ellie both kind of nuzzling into you.
Yeah, she's
I
coming
think
now.
you're probably the sheep queen.
Am I?
I think you're probably
Wait,
the
just
sheep
because
queen.
I'm just scratching them, so they know they will be
They're
scratched.
happy, yeah.
So I don't know.
You can
Oh,
see the
look at her.
faces like, oh, so nice.
Sometimes 3 or 4 sheep come towards you, and you don't have enough arms to scratch them all. But
Well, I just love the way that Martha came like, I'm going straight to Iris, that's who I'm going to.
Yeah.
And she just made a beeline for you.
good, I'm glad. I like her because she's got the very fluffy cheeks.
Yeah.
I like that.
Arlo's now going to come and say hello. So I kind of think is there anything else that you guys really want to kind of explore whilst you're here in Cornwall? Not just with Chaos, but in Cornwall as a kind of general area, really. Is there anything that you're thinking, I really want to go to see Dartmoor, or I don't know, explore down west, anything like that? Is there a certain area that you've kind of researched, or are you just thinking just go with the flow and see what happens?
I think we have a long bucket list.
Yeah, I mean, I would go with the flow, but when I realized that Dartmoor was very close, interesting. Yeah, Dartmoor sounds and looks, by even just the pictures that I saw on the internet, sounds very, very attractive to me. Yeah.
Yeah. So for you, you're saying it's very close, but for us, it's about 2 hours away.
Closer than if I would be from Italy.
Well,
so.
yeah, true. Okay, then that way,
If
yes.
I were in Scotland, say, it would be not that close. So
You've got Martha coming straight
hello,
over again.
Martha. Jealous. Yeah.
I love it. So Martha is like notoriously non-social, hates being around people normally, and yet she's just snuggling up to Iris.
Oh, I'm glad.
And her tail is wagging, so she's really
I love when they
happy.
waggle their tail. It's the best thing ever.
She says, oh, it's a bit
It's your
more there.
reward.
Yeah.
Hey, Arlo.
Oh,
Good boy.
oh no, you got Bessie coming.
Hello,
So
Bessie.
if you can get close to Bessie, you can see in her fleece she's got kind of the strands of bracken.
yeah.
So when we're actually doing all the checks, that's kind of one of the things we want to try and pull out if we can. And while Splodge was over here a minute ago, I was pulling it out from my
Yes,
chin.
Martha.
And the other thing that I'm just checking while I'm itching Arlo is that his bald patches from last year's medication, that they're not actually too sore. He's got one bit up here and a few little bits there, but nothing too much. He's actually getting his fleece is covering up. He's got spots coming now, so his skin is growing back, which is good. Just keep it covered. As you can see, he's got little black spots up here.
Oh, yeah.
This is actually his skin pigment coming back. So given time, it is actually healing really, really well. So for anybody that didn't know, Arlo last year had some medication to stop fly strike, which is basically maggots. And it made a reaction right the way from kind of his neck, right the way back, right the way kind of across his back. And it was like a cheese grater or cheese slice just off his back. So it's looking a lot better than it was. But we might, oh yes, burp. It might just take a bit longer. It might never heal, but it is looking a lot better. He's got his little dotty spotty pigments coming back. So as you can see, all the sheep is quite happy. So I think it's probably, that's it for out here at the sheepies. So from me
Iris.
Hello.
and all the sheepies, we will see you again. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.